and welcome back to my channel. If you've ever seen my first video, Going Vegan Changed My Life, then you'll realise that I'm really enthusiastic about minimalism. What I want to share in this video is how it's dramatically improved my life, and also give you some tips on how to get started if it's something that you're interested in learning more about. I wanted to do this video today to explain a little bit about how I see it and how it works for me, and the fact that if you're just looking into minimalism and you're just getting started, how important it is to make your own rules, because I strongly believe that it is different for everybody. The concept of minimalism is all about having things in your life that brings you joy, that you love, or that you use on a daily basis, and to let go of everything else that no longer serves you. I'd first heard about minimalism via YouTube, so I'd watched a video all about it. I think it was actually by The Minimalist, the very first one I watched, and it really inspired me to look into it further, because a lot of what they were saying made so much sense to me, and I found that it really clicked when they were talking about having less stuff giving you a richer life, because the things that you've got left really add value to your life and have a much higher purpose, rather than a whole load of stuff that you have in your house or your home or your life. I read a book, which I think a lot of people do when they're starting on this journey, called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, and it's all about decluttering and minimalising your life and only keeping things in your life that spark joy. And that's exactly what I did, and it wasn't just going through your clothes or going through your books or your electronic items, but it was every single area of my life that I applied this. I did start with a wardrobe declutter and a drawer clutter declutter, and went through kind of every section or category in my home and went through everything bit by bit, got rid of everything I didn't find useful, didn't love, didn't bring me joy. There were things obviously that you have to keep, especially if you've got your own house or you have responsibilities. You can't get rid of absolutely everything, but I got rid of as much as I could at that time, and that was about a year ago. And it is a long journey. It is something that has been going on and still is going on. I feel like there's so much more I can do, but it is all about, taking it one step at a time and really doing what feels right for you and making your own rules up as you go along. Another thing that I found is that it wasn't just about having a tidy home or a less cluttered home. It was about so much more, and I didn't realise that at first. I thought it was just about having a clean and tidy cupboard. But as it evolved, I found that it turned into a lifestyle change, and it really was about every aspect of my life and not just my material possessions. So friendships that I had, if people weren't supportive, if people weren't friendly towards me, then why would I want to spend my time with people like that when I could spend it with other people that make me feel loved and make me feel happy? And even my job, I wasn't happy with my job or my career. I thought that by having a good job and a good career, I earned good money, drove a really nice car, I had all these extra benefits, but was I happy? No, it didn't bring me joy, it didn't bring me happiness. So I did quit my job, and I've been so much happier since, because I'm doing things that I love now, and I wasn't doing that before. And yes, I'm earning a lot less money, but I feel richer because I've got so much more happiness and so much more free time and such a better quality of life by making these changes, which I wouldn't have done if I hadn't got into minimalism in the first place. And throughout all this, as crazy as it sounds, how it got started was initially by becoming vegan, and that is how I kind of went on my journey through looking at a more simplistic lifestyle and researching about minimalism. But it all started by decluttering my wardrobe, which I think is most people's first step when they start on this journey. It's one of the easiest things to start doing because it's a safe place. You don't have a lot of sentimental items in clothes. There's always going to be things that you can throw out that's too big or too small for you. So for me, I've now got to that nice point where everything I've got is really things that make me happy, that I enjoy doing, And even down to clothes, I have a lot of clothes compared to most people, but every single item I truly love. There is a part of me that I do look at these quite what I would class as extreme minimalists that probably only have 4 tops and 1 pair of shoes and things like that. And I think, wow, good on them, credit to them. But that isn't me, and I don't think that's ever going to be me. If you're starting out on your journey, there's a few tips that I think would be really, really helpful, which I wish I knew when I started. And the main one of those is that it's not something that can just happen overnight. I started thinking I'll clear out my closet, clear out my drawers, and within a couple of days everything will be, exactly the way I want it, and I'll be a minimalist. And a year later, I'm still on this journey. I think I would take it as a lifestyle rather than something that happened overnight, because you're constantly evolving and you're constantly changing how you feel about something, and if you like something or if you're using it. Don't just watch a video and think, I'll do that as well, or everyone else is doing it, I better do it. You've got to find your why. And that could be something as simple as you want more space in your home. You feel better when things are cleaner or tidier, or you feel less stress or less anxious when things are cleaner. First of all, focus on your why, realise why you're doing it. It's definitely not a competition, and that is one thing I really struggled with when I started. I was comparing myself quite a lot to people on YouTube videos or on blogs that I'd seen about things, and everyone had that perfect white background with the cactus, and they only had about 20-30 items in their wardrobe. Everything was white or black or grey or beige, and I just thought, I'm never going to be that person. I like colour, I like things around me from the travels that I've been on, and I really have a lot of photography gear, and the list went on, and I started thinking, is this going to be for me? But I soon realised that the more I decluttered, the better I felt. Whether that's somebody decluttering from thousands of clothes down to just 1,000 items of clothes, or somebody decluttering from 50 items of clothes down to 10 items of clothes. Everybody is on a different journey, and everyone is different. And I think that's a real key thing to remember, never to be judged for how much you're decluttering or how many items you've got in your home or what your home looks like. But it's a personal thing, it's how you feel, and it's how you want your journey to be. Focus on your goal, on where you want it to go and what you want to achieve, because that's what will keep you going. Like I've said before, it's not an overnight thing. It's not all going to change within a 24-hour period. It's a journey that you start. And if you're going to stick with it, and if you're going to progress with it, then you've got to have a goal. Do you want that minimalistic looking room with white walls? Or do you want to have different colours? And also look at even your style. Now, I'm not saying I'm somebody that's very style conscious at all, far from it. But if you're into fashion, you can define exactly what look you're going for and tailor your style and your decluttering process to suit that. Don't confuse sentimentality with happiness. So just because somebody's giving you something or you're holding on to it because it's got a memory doesn't mean it gives you joy or that it makes you happy anymore. So if it doesn't, get rid of it. Start small. Don't think to yourself, right, I'm going to do all my clothes and all the cupboards today, because you'll just end up absolutely exhausted and you probably won't do it properly. So set yourself a goal of just doing either a sock drawer, just your wardrobe, just the kitchen drawer, whatever it is you want to focus on first. Choose that, do it properly, and then move on to the next step. Have a designated space for everything that you own, so you know exactly where it needs to be and exactly where it goes when you've finished using it. Make your own rules and don't follow somebody else's, because that is how it becomes a journey for you, and you will get the most out of it if you're not comparing yourself to anybody else, but you're doing it for you and you're making yourself happy. I really hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if you've got any questions or comments, please leave them in the section below. If you've enjoyed the video, give me a like, subscribe to my channel, and I will look forward to seeing you next time. Bye!